Okay, hey everybody. I know we had a little bit of technical delay there. So before I jump in, I want to make sure that y'all can hear me. So I'm monitoring the chat box. I'll just wait for you guys for a second. We got Clement with us, Ross, John Mark, Sean, Olivier, Jay, Chris and Sarah, Ed Alpha's here. So give me a yay in the chat box. And of course, we have like a 40-second delay. So I'll just sit here and look goofy for a few seconds before we jump in. I am really excited about what I have to share with you guys. I think it's really gonna help a lot of you out. It's just some stuff that I have seen work for a lot of people that I think would be really beneficial to the tribe right now. And I also just want to, really, my selfish reason for doing this is I want to encourage more experimentation within the tribe. And I know that if I give you some tips that you can do right now, then you'll go and experiment with them, you'll report on them, and we'll have more success stories, which will encourage more engagement in the tribe, get more people in the tribe. We'll have even a more fun tribe summit. So I just wanted to share some tips with you guys so that you can start experimenting with them and then report back on your feedback. Thanks, Marusha, Mario, Chris and Sarah, Ross, Lauren, Jim, Ed. Marusha, good to see y'all. Marusha, I am going to invite you onto the Hangout just in case you want it. You don't have to put your face on here, but since you're kind of in the chat box, if you want to have your face on here, you can. If not, just turn off your video or don't respond. But I'm gonna zip this over to you in Slack just in the event that you want to interrupt me at any point or want to say anything. So I'm gonna zip that to you. So before we jump in, hey Nate, good to see you, man. Your face is in this presentation, which I'll go do in a second, because I know Nate's face increases conversion rate. What questions do you have, if anything, or what are you hoping to get out of this? I'm gonna be talking about some case studies. I'm gonna be talking about some things that you can do right now in your business to just start this process on how to combine Facebook with Amazon. Anything that you want to get out of this? Is there any specific question or any specific issue that you're wrestling with that if we could clear, if we have that magic wand and we could fix that, what would be that? Marusha, I just got your message. Let me see if I can invite you a different way. So let me know if there's something specific you want me to hit, and I will see what I can do. Maybe it is you want to be independent of Amazon. Maybe it is what type of ad to run. And I won't have all the answers. Someone like Nate Kennedy, who's on the call, or John Tarr, are way better at Facebook ads than I am. What I'm good at is giving you a strategy that you can start testing with, and also one that is in connection with selling physical products, which all of you, of course, are doing. And if you all would give me a round of applause in the form of a bunch of hashtags to welcome Marusha Murphy to the call. So just add hashtags in the chat box. Marusha bends over backwards to help you guys. So do me a solid and show some appreciation in the form of hashtags. Hey, Lauren, I just help you guys. So I just saw your question, and we can totally go. If you don't have your question answered by the end of today, I'll be surprised, but let me know. Marusha, how are you?
Hey, I'm doing great. How are you?
Good. Well, Marusha and I are like 50 feet away from one another, but figured you want to see both of us on here. Marusha, your face is in my presentation too.
That's cool.
So you and Nate are going to bump up the conversion rate.
Well, it's been, I love being a part of the tribe, and I love what I've learned from, not just from you. I mean, you're brilliant, Ryan, right? But, you have to own that. But the other people in the community as well. I mean, truly, I love this community. I would do anything for them. So if I can be a case study and what I've learned from not just you, but from also all the experiences our tribe members have, I'm all about it.
How's Perky going?
It's going really well. It's going really well. We are doing quite a bit more sales on Amazon at this point. We are trying to figure out the balance between Amazon and our own e-commerce channel, and because we started on the e-commerce because we couldn't get ungated, blah, blah, blah. But honestly, it's been great, and I think a huge part of that is because our community now is talking about us and are telling their friends about us, about our bigger mission and our bigger vision for what we're creating, and it's taking a life of its own, which is awesome.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, I am going to switch over to show my screen. Of course, if I can figure this thing out. Maybe. Okay. Would you give me a holla? Marisha, can you see my screen?
Hold on, I have a couple screens up. Yes, I can.
All right, cool. And Tribe, would you just give me a holla in the form of a yay or some hashtags? Oh, I can see it. I have it. All right, we're good. Okay, so I am just going to go ahead and jump in and teach you guys some stuff. Okay, so today, what I really want to go through is how we can combine Facebook with physical products. But specifically, this is going to be a little bit case study heavy because I want to show you some types of ads that are working, and also just show you how you can grow your business faster by utilizing some outside traffic. It's been a recurring kind of thing that has come up about either Amazon independence or doing something beyond Amazon. And so I wanted to give you a push in that direction so that we can start getting some experiments going and we can report on those experiments. So this is case study heavy because I have a lot of friends who are not necessarily Amazon people, but they're physical products people, and they're killing it. They're doing millions using social media advertising, and they're selling physical products. And we're just gonna break down how, and I'm gonna give you a little bit of tactical stuff that you can use. And Clement Juan, yes, that is indeed an incredible picture that you took at my apartment. So thank you again for that. I use it in a lot of these presentations. Okay, so we all know Amazon's awesome, but there's the tendency to get stuck there. This has been a recurring theme, if you will, something that has come up inside of the tribe. You also don't get the customer data, which makes marketing to your audience or even building your audience kind of freaking hard because you don't get to be in front of them. You don't get to show up in front of them. You've got to work really hard. Now, we address that inside of the boot camp and inside of the tribe. We talk a lot about turning sales into customers and how to get that customer data so that you can message them in cool and ethical ways that builds the brand, but that's work. So you don't get that up front with Amazon. You don't have control because at any point Amazon can kick you off, and that results in a lot of people fearing that it will go away. So can any of you relate to that? That feeling of, oh no, what if it goes away? What if Amazon makes a change? I'm afraid that Amazon holds all the cards, so what am I gonna do? I only know this because I have spoken with many of you on that exact topic. So what we're gonna go through takes you a step away from that type of fear and gives you a little bit more control. So Lauren says she knows that fear. I have felt that fear. And I believe that the way you solve that is by having an audience, because that gives you control. So I'm not here to put down Amazon. I make millions on Amazon. I do really well there, and so do hundreds of our students. But this is the limiting factor that Amazon has, that if we introduce some other forms of marketing, fix that. I guess the biggest problem I have with, and you guys have heard me decry the term Amazon business. It drives me crazy when people say that because it assumes that Amazon controls everything. But what the most important thing there, the most important problem is that Amazon has limited returns. It's a big pie. There's millions to be made on Amazon, but if you're only getting sales from Amazon, if you're only taking from there, then you have a limited amount of sales, and that's one of the problems I have with, like, it's why we don't teach the make money on Amazon process, because if the whole process was just find a product, sell it better than someone else, then if we taught somebody else how to do that, they'd be your competitor rather than your ally. And we believe in making the pie bigger. But if you're just extracting from Amazon, you're making the pie smaller for everybody else, not making the pie bigger. So that's why I'm comfortable talking about my brands, why I encourage other people to be comfortable talking about their brands, because I'm all about making the pie bigger, not smaller. And when you do a little bit of what we're going to talk about in here, you make the pie bigger rather than just limiting what what the possibilities are. Now, this is a writer downer in your brain. Your business is only as scalable as you are able to control the traffic. And I would add to this, your ability to get customers. So if your ability to get customers, actually, I'm just going to change it, as you are able to get customers. So if you're only getting customers from Amazon, then your business is only ever going to be as big as Amazon. Amazon's big, but you're never going to have the control or the size that you could have if you're able to get customers in other ways. So for better or worse, the #1 source for traffic and buyers outside of Amazon to grow your brand is Facebook. If you are watching this as a recording in the year 2022, that might have changed, I don't know. But in 2017, Facebook is still king when it comes to traffic and getting buyers. There are multi-million-dollar businesses grown just on the back of Facebook traffic and getting customers via Facebook. So for better or worse, Facebook is the king right now. So I don't consider myself like a Facebook expert. I am a pretty good marketer, but I'm not going to try and sit here and throw like a bunch of theory at you. I say let's just look at examples of stuff that's working, that has either been run publicly or by friends of mine who are doing this actively, and we're able to find their ads and reverse their strategies. I'm minding the chat box as we are going through this. I'm going to go into case studies right now, but I just want to make sure y'all are with me. So before I go into case studies, give me a yay. Let me know if I have any audio issues or anything, and then I'll jump into these case studies. Marisha, give me a thumbs up if we're all good over here. All right, cool. I just saw one comment on here of somebody who was looking confused, so I want to make sure it's not on my end. Okay, cool. Thank you, Rita. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Marisha. Thank you, Amanda. Thank you, Clement. Thank you, Lauren. All right, cool. Let me jump into some examples. For example, this is my buddy Ian's company. He runs a business called Fixed Water Filters. So let me know if you've ever seen any of these ads. Just put "seen it" in the chat box if you've seen this before. So this is Ian. This is one of his videos, and this is an instant water filter. You can go to their website. It's fixedwater.com/bottle. and it's like an instant water filter. So what he does is he makes these videos that are demonstration videos. They demonstrate him using the product. And this one is he goes into LAX airport and he takes a cup, waits for somebody to get out of the toilet. He waits for them to stop pooping, takes a cup, goes into the toilet, dips up some water, and then he drinks the water on camera through his fixed water filter. So it's a demo video that just shows the effectiveness of the product, and you can't help but watch it. You just can't help see, is this guy really gonna drink out of the toilet? Now he's also done this with pool water, with pond water, drinking off the street. So he does this with different kind of shocking places to drink the water, and they become he takes the ones that do really well and they become his ads. I think most of his traffic is driven organically, but the ones that do really well just become his ads, and he builds up this brand equity because people are like, hey, I've seen you drink out of a toilet before. I know this brand. So demonstration videos do extremely well, especially if you are if you're solving a major problem, or if you can position your product as solving a major problem. So some of you might have seen this. There was one about a stroller, and it was like the most universal stroller, and that went stupid viral. If you can at all demonstrate the use of your product, and you can turn that into a video or even a blog post, that is a really, really strong way to promote a product or a brand. Anthony says, I was tracking with you when you said demo video, but the shock value is where the money seems to be. Not sure how to apply that to my product. So let's simplify this a bit. Is Ian, when he does this video, is he attempting to get the attention of the person? Yes. But if there wasn't a product attached to this, if the product didn't do what it said it was going to do, then this would be a worthless video. So for you, you might not be able to drink out of a toilet, and Rita said this is humor. I wouldn't even call this humor. This is just an extreme way to demonstrate the effectiveness of a product. Another example that you might look at would be, do you remember Billy Mays, the greatest salesman of all time? They don't make them like they make Billy Mays anymore. He did OxyClean and Kaboom. And he would just take extreme uses of the product and, well, gee, if it's good enough to clean blood off of drapes in a murder scene, then it must be good enough to wash dirt out of clothes. That's a demo video. Kaboom was the same way. Billy Mays had a TV show called Pitchman, and he used to say the only products he would take on were ones that could be demonstrated. So I think the product that won the season of Pitchman before Billy Mays had he passed too young, was this protective covering where someone covered their hand and then they smashed their hand with a hammer, and it protected his hand. It was an extreme demonstration of a product. So what would that be for your product? If you have any ideas for this, go ahead and put them in the chat box. But if you sell beauty creams, it could be before and after videos. It just someone doing makeup. If you look at the demonstration videos that have done really well on YouTube or Facebook in the past, you can kind of reverse engineer those by following what's really hot in your space. So with Ian's case, it's just if it filters out water and it does really well, what's the most extreme situation in which this might be handy? Or if you sell an umbrella, what's the most extreme situation in which that would be handy, or your unique selling proposition would be useful? What this requires is that you have a unique selling proposition, so it is worth taking some time and thinking on this. But of course, demonstration video is only one type of video, so there's other types of ways that we can advertise on Facebook. The next one would be the example that some of you are familiar with, which is Boom by Cindy Joseph. This is Ezra Firestone's company. Ezra told me that This one article generated $18 million for Boom, one article. And it is very simply collecting the lead and or driving the click and then following up with them either through a retargeting process or through a lead follow-up. I have written here that my recommendation is to collect the lead and build a follow-up sequence. And I'll go into that a little bit more in a couple slides. But what Ezra does is he creates a lot of written content and then he just drives ads to that written content, and that content perfectly pre-frames the reader to buy that person's product. So the way that would look is like this. This is the actual article that generated $18 million for Ezra. So it's 5 makeup tips. You can see them right here. Super short, super simple. And the call to action, beauty makeup artist and model Cindy Joseph says less is more as women age. Her new line is a super multitasker. So this is the call to action right here. This is a clickable link where they would see the products and take them over to a sales page. So by the way, you can go look at Ian's sales page right here. In fact, I can't pull it up because I'm in demonstration mode, but if you go to fixwater.com/bottle, you'll see his sales page is really, really simple. And you'll notice that Boom by Cindy Joseph, this content, really, really simple. So it's not so much the complexity of the process that makes it strong. It is about what connects. And just so you're aware, you're gonna have duds and you're gonna have successes. Just today, I was sitting down with my COO, Evan, and we were going through certain pieces of content. Some pieces of content that did really well, that surprised us, and some that we thought would do really well that didn't do so well. So testing a few variations of an article or a video is going to be necessary, and we'll go into that in a few slides. So Anthony, I'm loving your journey that you're putting in the chat box here. So Anthony sells a baby carrier. Perhaps I'll film my brother wearing me. I mean, I'd be demoing that it holds a lot of weight. So that type of an idea is good, right? How secure is it? Will it hold, if it's big enough for you or it's strong enough for you, will it be strong enough for your baby, right? Okay. Next, the next example I'm going to show you is Swannies. So this is a sunglass company. And so just so you know, the founder of this company is James Swannick. He's going to be on the podcast. It's already been recorded. It's in the queue. I predict that it's the most popular podcast that we do all this year because it is literally a step-by-step case study of how he does this. It's this awesome, awesome episode. You're going to really love this. So what Swannies does is they simply take, and you can see this video right here has 304,000 views. All they do is they film testimonial videos, and they take the testimonial videos and they run those as ads to the specific audience that is like those who left testimonials. So for example, this ad right here was all testimonials at the Bulletproof conference. Now, why in the world are sunglasses a fit for the Bulletproof conference? Because at the Bulletproof the Bulletproof conference, they talk a lot about blue light and the dangers of blue light. And Swannies sunglasses are made to block out blue light. So they take them to the Bulletproof conference, they have people try them on, they talk about how much they love them, and then they run that as an ad to other people who follow Bulletproof, who are biohackers, who are into alternative health. And now the exact people talking about how amazing it is are seeing your ads. So if you don't know how to demonstrate your product or you don't want to give content, well then just go to the people who would benefit your product, film them talking about how great it is, and then run that as an ad to that exact demographic. What's cool about this process is there are several different demographics that would benefit from Swannies. So he has several different of these testimonial videos running to drive traffic to his sales page. So you can see this is a generic ad. Here's what people had to say about our glasses at the Bulletproof conference. Check them out. It's a video, and then the link is the call to action. Do you see how simple this is? Like, you don't have to be a copywriter to write, here's what people had to say about our glasses. Here's what people had to say about our blank, right? You are just describing, or you're just introing the fact that someone else loved the product. Super simple, and this runs exactly to the demographic that he wants. Hey, would you all do me one favor? This is purely for my own ego, but I watch how many people are active in the chat box, and after inactivity for like 5 minutes, it requires you to reconnect, and you should see a prompt on there that says reconnect. So hit that reconnect button. It shows me how many people are actually engaged, and so my ego, that's the whole point of it for, but it makes me know that I'm not losing y'all. So hit that reconnect button if you don't have it right now, so that I know that you are engaged in here. Okay, so Swannies will run these ads to their different demographics, send them to the same sales page, and so they're getting traffic all the time, and it's endorsed traffic because the person who watched these videos just saw a bunch of videos talking about how amazing this product is, and they're running the ad to the exact demographic that would benefit from this product. By the way, James, these products aren't expensive to manufacture, but he sells them for $70 because by doing this process, you're able to drive up the price that came in. Once a person says supplements will be kind of hard to demo, wait one slide, you will see how to do it. Here's a question. I have about 300 of my own product in storage. What do you do if your inventory starts to go down so quickly that you can't possibly get back in stock for 45 days? That's kind of out of the context of this conversation, but do whatever it takes to go get the stock as soon as possible. Do you turn the ad on or off depending on this throughout the campaign? Depending on what? I would turn on ads that are getting shares, likes, and clicks. I would scale the ads that are getting shares, likes, and clicks. I would turn off the ones that were not connecting. I think the Swannie tech will work well for my business. Cool. All right, so that's how Swannies does it. They just do these testimonial ads. They're proof, and they're engaging, and they drive the exact demographic that would benefit to your product. By the way, this here, the benefit, this is a very benefit-driven approach. And what that does is it drives up the price that you can charge. And by benefit-driven, what I mean is they're not selling yellow-tinted sunglasses. They're selling better sleep because you're blocking blue light. Massive, massive difference. The feature of your product is that they block blue light. The benefit is that you'll have better sleep. If you drive that and you do it from the beginning, meaning from your ad, you're able to charge higher prices and you'll get higher conversions as well. Okay, next example is Truth Nutraceuticals. This is a buddy of mine. I actually just saw him last weekend. And Chris runs a supplement line called Truth Nutraceuticals. Now, look, anybody can do what Chris does. Now, this is way small for you to see, but this is 2.7 million views. Now, Chris told me that these ads are just absolutely crushing it for him, just crushing it. And he's got several going. The first is the fact all this is it's an explanation video, meaning he is describing his product. That's it. He is saying exactly what's in his supplements, why he did it that way, and that's it. That's all the ad is. is it is an explanation of the product and a description of exactly of what is inside. Anyone can do that about their product. Why they decided to put it in, who it's for, and that's it. There's no fancy camera work. It's him in front of his computer talking exactly about his product. So he describes what his product is, why it works, why he made it that way. And it converts like crazy for him. But it required a few tests. He described it in different ways. Now, is this hard, like to stand here and describe your product? Could you have someone on your team do exactly this? The one thing that they do really well is they start the video with a big problem. They don't just say, hey, I'm gonna tell you why I made this testosterone booster, which is one of his products. He talks about declining testosterone rates among men of all ages in recent years. Science to back up what's in his products, and here's what they, here's why they made their product and what's inside. That's all. They start with a big problem, talk about their solution and exactly what's inside of their solution and who they recommend it for. That's it. They have several videos with millions and millions of views, and they're absolutely crushing it. I mean, they are doing millions of dollars as a result of this process. By the way, if you saw my email earlier this week about my buddy who sells over $100,000 a month on Amazon, but they don't even know how, this is him. Because they get a lot of spillover traffic on Amazon. They don't manage their reviews. I don't even know if he uses FBA, but he does really well. He does over $100,000 a month on Amazon just because he runs all these Facebook ads to their own store. And the result is that they get millions of dollars in sales on Amazon as well. Full price, no discounts. They don't rank for keywords. It's just people finding them because they saw Facebook ads. Joey says, so simple to do. Never thought of doing that. Awesome. Amanda says, didn't someone post in the Facebook group about putting an insert in to say that if they give a video testimonial, they do a $25 gift certificate to their store? Great way to get testimonials. Yep. Cool. So yeah, anybody can just describe the problem and who their product is for and why it helps and who should get their product. Anybody can do exactly that. The next example I want to give you, and Marusha's going to love that picture of her that I posted on here. I'm going to get an earful of that later.
Thanks, Ryan. I appreciate it.
You bet. So this example is obviously Perky Perky. So someone just checked Truth Nutraceuticals is not an FDA. Yeah, so they're not doing any of the stuff that we know how to do. They do this process so well that they get a ton of spillover traffic on Amazon. Okay, so what Marusha did really, really well. Now, Marusha, you can back me up on this or tell me if I'm completely off base, but you did not have an email list or a big audience or anything. This was a brand new product, like this brand new industry for you. You were just starting out, right? Correct.
Yeah. Yeah, I had the idea to create the coffee line. I knew who I wanted to serve, but I hadn't built an email list or a Facebook page or anything for this particular brand. And so, yeah, I decided to basically just share my big reason why I wanted to launch this coffee line, and it resonated with the right people. And then basically people would share that video like crazy.
Yeah.
It was exciting for me to watch and see that was actually happening. It was cool.
Yeah, it was exciting for all of us to watch it. So, what she did here is, she pulls out her phone and records her why behind why she's starting the business, and she started documenting the process behind the business. And as a result, she's getting the exact target market that she wants that's following along this journey. And because of that, she's developing fans and customers, and the community is spreading that. So her target market is women. So women are sharing the videos. Women are the ones spreading the message. So by doing this, you get the exact target market that would resonate with the message that you're putting out into the world and wants to buy your products. So again, super simple, done with this cell phone. Marusha, I think you were pretty nervous and uncomfortable to do this the first time, but you just kept doing it, and some of them took off and some of them didn't.
Yeah.
Did you put a lot of advertising budget behind, or what was that?
I was just about to say, like, this was, you know, zero advertising budget. It was just literally me and my cell phone. And then what would happen is, because I was getting so clear on what my message was, which is to invite women back into our power, those that resonated with it started to speak the same language that I was speaking. And then when they would share about the video, they were sharing using basically my words, what we were about and why coffee and why this bigger message. And then when they shared it with their friends, it was attracting their friends because they were using the same languaging I was, which I was mirroring basically what they were saying in different forums, etc. So it was I honestly know that that's a huge reason that it took off, and I'm excited because they're still continuing to do it. Like right now, there's a retreat that I had gone to a couple years ago. I decided, hey, let me sponsor the coffee as one of the alumni, and let me tell you the reason why. I did a little video just for them because I knew them, and now we just got in, you know. Just now I could track, you know, quite a few orders. The retreat just ended. Quite a few orders just came in because they wanted to continue that experience after the retreat, because the people I was speaking to through those videos directed to them, kind of going back to the other example as well, directed to them, really resonated with that message. And now they're starting to share that. They're posting pictures and hashtagging my perky selfie or my perky face all over Facebook and Instagram, and hashtag perky and stuff like that, like I've asked them to do. And now they're spreading the word for me without me having to do that. So that's zero budget.
This is a really good question that came in. What audience did you show the video to? Did you have a Facebook page already built up? And you didn't, right? You were just showing on your personal, and then... Yeah,
so when I first started, I actually just showed on my personal page. With that being said, I mean, I had a group of moms that I have been building a relationship with over the last 3 years. This is our third anniversary. I started a network for moms here in Austin. And I used them as kind of the base to lead that conversation, you know, to bring that conversation up. Like, hey guys, I know how much you love coffee. Would you be interested in basically having a coffee that spoke to you? And then I brought about 50 of them at different times to test out different potential roasts that we would have. And they were the ones who started to tell me exactly what it was that they were wanting from. I would just listen. I would just basically listen intently, like, what are they saying and how are they saying what they're saying? And if I related to it, then I could speak to that as well. And then when I came out with the coffee line, it definitely was all about making sure that I was speaking back to them what they had shared with me.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant. Well done. So, I mean, a lot of you watched that process, and I'll tell you a quick story. I have a buddy who also has a women's coffee line that he started with his wife, and he said to me recently, he's like, dude, I'll tell you what, there is absolutely no money to be made in selling coffee to women. He said exactly that. Did my screen just go bonkers, Marusha?
I see it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it did. It looks weird.
Weird. Tell me if it comes back.
I see it now. It's better.
Okay. So he was like, there's absolutely no money to be made in women's coffee. No, he didn't have an audience. Marusha had a tiny audience, and that was all the difference in the world, because she was able to take sales from day one and go a lot bigger than, you know, just Amazon. And then the last example I want to show you is one you're all familiar with, which would be poopery. This would be what most people think about when they think about viral ads, or they think about even just, you know, advertising physical products. And of course, it did really well. One video got millions and millions of views and put poopery on the map, actually like 10x the business in about 2 years. Similar examples would be Squatty Potty or Dollar Shave Club. And but notice, like if you watch any of those videos, they're talking about the products the whole entire time. So it's not like you can't talk about your product. They talk about their product the entire time. So all of these examples, they're not a lot of content. They're not a lot of give. It is talking about the product in a cool and ethical way and putting it in front of the right audience. Poopery is an extreme example of that. Most of you aren't gonna make ads like that. I have seen one person who sells mostly on Amazon do a similar type of video and they had moderate results. But apart from a few people, you're not gonna probably put that marketing budget behind it. And I would encourage you to like go for it, but you don't necessarily have to. Still, this video had an insanely high ROI because it was entertaining, but it also talked about the product directly. So don't be afraid to brag on your product. All of these examples, Fixed is demo video, Boom is a few tips and then a call to action. This is all testimonial. Truth Nutraceuticals is Chris talking only about the product. It's all he talks about. Marisha's talking about the business and the product line and exactly what her mission is. Poopery is a funny way to talk about the products, but it is all talking about the product. We're not trying to be cute. We are selling the products in all of these videos. All right, so what I am gonna do now, actually, before I do that, I'm gonna show you an example funnel that you can follow. But before I do that, would you just give me a, like, does anybody say, like, give me a yes or a no of, can you do this? Like, can you do any of it? Can you do some form of this? Could you have someone on your team? Could you pay someone to do this? Just say yes or no as like, yes, I could see someone doing this in my business, or no, I don't think that any of this would be applicable to my business. I was actually expecting a few no's, so this is good. Littleton Jones, yes. Hey, Matt Wessels, yes. Chris and Sarah say yes. Joey says yes. Okay, Jim's saying yes. Clement, you made me laugh. All right, cool. I'm seeing all yeses. All right, great. So there's literally no business that can't do at least some form of one of these videos. Great. Let's move on. Here's a sample funnel that you can use, really simple, and I want you to keep this really simple. Facebook ad, which would be a video or a post, that would send to one of two places. That would be a special offer sales page, like a buy one, get one, or buy three, save 20%. Send them to a special offer page, or a squeeze page that just offers them a discount. If they've already clicked the link, they're already pre-sold, talk a little bit about the product, have the video on there again, and then either have the opportunity for them to buy or the opportunity for them to opt in to get a discount. Either one is fine. I like to send people to the discount, the squeeze page, because I like to get the emails. I'm an experienced email copywriter, so that's where my focus is going to be. That's where I want the not the transaction, but I want the email. So I'm going to focus on that. In fact, I'm going to judge the success of the campaign based on how many emails I get. Some people just want to go straight for the sale. If that's your cup of tea, go for it. And then the way that you're going to get most of your sales is going to be one of two places, either through video retargeting or through follow-up emails that you'll send them after they opt in. So you could combine these if you wanted, but just to keep it really simple, I made it so if they don't buy on the landing page, we're going to hit them with video retargeting. Or if they don't buy when they give us their email address, we're going to send them follow-up emails encouraging them to come back and buy our product. So a really, really simple funnel that you can steal that shows you kind of the flow of how this would work. Real quickly, Swannies, where are they? Here, Swannies, he says that the real magic of this is that they follow up with video testimonials as retargeting if anyone clicks this link. So can you imagine if you saw the fixed water filters video and then you clicked on the link, and then everywhere you went on Facebook, there were people talking about how amazing how they love their fixed water filters. So they got the demonstration video up front, and then there were testimonial videos retargeting them all over the internet. Or if Chris talks about his video, talks about his product, and anyone who clicks it, now other people are talking about how amazing the product is, and that's following. Max, I'm reading from the chat box you're typing in right now to answer your question. So, and question, what service to use for this simple funnel? Shopify and Aweber or ActiveCampaign, whatever's simplest for you, man. That's how we're doing this. So Facebook ad to either sales page or squeeze page, and then either follow-up emails or follow-up video retargeting. Simple as that. So what I'm gonna do now is just go through some action steps for you, but I'm gonna pause just for a second to look at a couple questions. Joey asks, after you set up the Facebook ads, do you feel it will be good to direct them to your Amazon listing for the sale? Yes, I do. Most people that I see doing this are doing it through Shopify. Either one's fine. I think it's gonna be fastest for you to implement on your Amazon listing. So especially if you're already taking sales on Amazon now, there's no need to go build a Shopify store for you to start doing this. Just collect the email address, and then you can start sending emails to promote the Amazon listing, and that way you can send them through a super URL, or you can send them new products, or whatever you want to do with that. Same question came over. Do you not try to push them to Amazon at all? No, I try to push them on Amazon. So in this sample funnel, the first button might just link straight to Amazon. If it's the sales page, it might just go straight to Amazon, and then the video retargeting is going to send them back to Amazon. Isn't part of the point to drive them back to your own page so that they are your customer now, not Amazon's? Yeah, so the way I'm going to do that is by collecting the email address or setting the retargeting pixel. So if I get the email address, I'm happy. And if I get the retargeting pixel, then I can stay in front of them at the very least. I don't control the customer experience, but at least I can stay in front of them. That's why I said earlier, I like to get the email address. Some people aren't like that, but that's my strategy. So to break this down a little bit more, it'd be Facebook ad to my website right here, send them to a squeeze page. The landing page would be a little bit of sales copies and then a link to Amazon with a coupon code. And now I've got the email address, and I'm gonna follow up with them and send them more emails back to Amazon. Give me a yay or a nay in the chat box if that makes sense. Some of you are restating what I'm saying in the chat box, so that's good. How do I measure results when I send them to Amazon? You could measure it through coupon redemptions. You could measure it through email. I measure it on email addresses. How many email addresses am I getting? Okay, a few yays coming in. Okay, good.
And Ryan, we actually just did this for Perky as well, and it was we were able to track it through email redemption as well, or coupon redemption. But it was really interesting to see how many shares people gave to that particular post about, hey, we're doing our bags of coffee at this majorly discounted rate. Make sure you're one of the first 50. And then everyone after that, we would say, we said something like, you're still going to get a gift from us if you're not one of the first 50 that get this coupon. And what that did is it encouraged people after the first 50 to still join our email list, right? Yeah, and then we gave them like a 10% off coupon or something. And then the purchases on those 10% off coupons were significant as well, because they were pretty excited that they still got something from the deal.
Awesome. Yeah. Thanks for sharing.
Sure.
All right, so I'm gonna go into some action items for you guys and like some tips that I've learned from each one of these examples. First, James Swanwick, also like be ready for that podcast. It's gonna be really good. But he says, test everything as quickly as possible and just see what works. You're gonna be surprised by what does well and what doesn't do well. So it's okay to throw up a bunch of things and just see what works and scale the winners, scrap the losers. Ezra Firestone said, it only takes one, this is supposed to say one piece of content to completely change your business, rather than, you know, trying to polish something perfectly. One of those things that you test is going to do really well. So that's all that is required. It takes one good winner. Chris, he's the Truth Nutraceuticals guy. He says, our customers trust us because our ads are upfront and honest. They're just talking about the product. They believe in what they're doing. So be transparent. You don't need to be cute about this. Talk about your product, be bold with it, and scale it. And one thing that I want you to take away from this is that the simple solution, making this as simple as possible, is usually the best solution, because that's the one that you're actually going to do. So here are some tips, here are some things, here are some write or down action items for you. 1, make a demo video of your product and link to your sales page or your opt-in page. Pretty simple. Show the product in action, talk about it, show how it works. Pretty darn simple. Another action item would be to create a why video about your products. What is the why behind your business? Who did you decide to target? Why did you decide to serve them? Talk about the big mission of the company, and then the product that you have. The classic example that I have that I've shared publicly is the spatula. Are you selling spatulas, or are you serving busy moms who cook for their children? If you're selling spatulas, then it's hey, I sell spatulas, they're great, do you want to buy one? But if it's serving moms, then we believe that women or parents who sit down with their children make the world a better place. We believe that even if it's over a quick meal, that quick meal has the potential to change a child's life. We sell spatulas, do you want to buy one? That why connects with customers. So what is that for your business? Make a quick video about it. Take your customer testimonials, run them as ads, and link to your sales page or your opt-in pages. Pretty darn simple. And your advertisements are going to be similar to whoever is represented in the testimonial. So if it's someone who is 65 talking about their joint pain, you're going to be running it to same gender people over 65. Pretty simple. Next action item would be simply to explain the features and benefits of your products and run it as an ad. Anyone can do that. Next action item would be create one value-driven piece of content and advertise it to relevant audiences. That would be an article or a video where you're teaching something. Just do one, see how it goes. Throw $20 at it and just see how it does. And then this is like a must, guys, an absolute must. Create one testimonial roll. And by roll, I mean like 3 to 5 testimonial videos back to back, and use that in your retargeting. So everyone who hits your page, just make it a retargeting to people who didn't buy, so that they're constantly seeing that other people are having results. That's it. These are your action items, okay? All right, so what happens when you do this? 1, you build an audience that wants to buy all of your products. Rather than you just selling one of your products, people come back and they want to buy from you because they're familiar with your brand story. They're familiar with your approach. They want to buy from you specifically. My favorite benefit of this is that you get less price sensitivity, because they learn more about your brand and the benefits of your brand, whether it's seeing your emails or your videos. Like, they learn more about your brand, and they have more time to become raving fans, so they want to buy from you versus someone else. So this is like one of the reasons why people buy from Marusha or buy from Bulletproof, is because they're following the story of the brand rather than just buying coffee. They're buying into something bigger. So a lot of you are worried that your competitors are going to charge lower prices. I say, why would someone buy from you even if you were the most expensive? If you're targeting them earlier in the process and they're becoming a fan of you, they will buy from you regardless of the price point. And that's my favorite benefit when you do this process. Number 3, you control Amazon better because you're building an audience, and you can send people to Amazon and launch more products and do it profitably rather than giving away tons of free stuff. We know now if we launch a product, we can sell 500 to 1,000 units of a product profitably, not by doing them for $1, but by just selling product. That gives you a huge leg up on your competitors when you can drive that amount of attention, because you've got the ability to run ads, you have email addresses, you have the ability to get in front of former customers. This makes you much more immune to Amazon changes and competition and price wars when you can control that amount of traffic. This is the kind of stuff you should be thinking about. You also have a backup in case Amazon makes a change. Amazon goes away or kicks you off, you can still take orders. You're still in business. You also have more authority. So you'll attract influencers and investors. People want to do more business with you because you've got an audience and you've got an email list. So you have assets that make it worthwhile for people to work with you. You can also turn on new income streams because you could promote other people's products or affiliate products or drop ship for a while or do whatever you need to do to turn on new income streams because you've got an audience that you can monetize. And you become bigger than just Amazon. You're way bigger than just an Amazon business at that point because you've got customers and you've got targeting off of Amazon and you've got an email list and you have the ability to just throw up things onto Facebook or other places and get in front of people. Patrick says, it's such a relief to hear all this. That is what I'm going for. I'm glad I could make this simple for you. So keep it simple, guys. Doing this will get you in front of the right people. Some of it's gonna work well for you, some of it's not, but just throw some things up there, experiment, link it back to one of these two spots, either the sales page or the squeeze page, and just see what happens. Run some experiments. So I am going to initiate a bit of a challenge to you guys. Here's what we can do right now, because I want to get some experiments going. One of the things you could do is you can join or create a chapter within the tribe, within your virtual chapters or your in-person chapters. Run some experiments and report on what you find with your chapter. Or if one of you wants to spearhead a Facebook experiment or an audience building chapter, let us know and we can facilitate that. So we want you guys experimenting with this stuff and reporting on it. So do it in your local chapter, do it in your virtual chapter, do it with the people that you mastermind with inside of the tribe. So do this within your chapters or start one so that you can start a little bit of a mastermind. Do it within your, within that chapter and get these conversations moving so we can start moving this conversation. The thing, if you were to do one action item, it would be this. Take your testimonial videos, which hopefully you're already collecting or they're being posted as Amazon reviews. Take them and run them as an ad to an audience and just see what happens. Take $50 and just throw them up there, link it back to a page or Amazon listing and just see what happens. If you do nothing else, I want you to get comfortable with experimenting with some of this stuff. Another really simple action item would be to create 3 selfie videos and just run them against one another. See if one of them takes off or if one of them does really well and the other 2 don't. Just throw it up there, describe your product, explain why you did it, describe your why behind your business, or just demonstrate the product and just see what happens. Throw some money at it and experiment. So post a testimonial, post some selfie videos, and that all important, retarget non-buyers with testimonial videos. That is a really, really big piece of this process because if people don't buy on the first go, they might buy when they see other people talking about your product. It's kind of like when you hear me say something, you're like, yeah, well, Ryan can do it, whatever. But if you hear somebody else talking about it, you're like, oh, well, I guess that thing really works. I think maybe I really can do this stuff. Okay, there's one other thing that you can do right now, and that's come to Tribe Summit 2017. This is part of what you experience inside of the tribe, and it is May. The actual conference is the 2nd and 3rd. You arrive on the 1st, leave on the 4th. but it's Tribe Summit 2017 because we're going to be talking about this stuff really heavily at Tribe Summit 2017. So I want to tease you, and I gave you a little bit of a cliffhanger here because all of the individuals that we just covered as case studies, all of these guys are going to be at Tribe Summit 2017. So Ezra is coming to Tribe Summit 2017. Going to be talking about how they made $18 million with one article and how they use paid media to grow their physical products brands. So a lot of you guys have seen Ezra speak from stage. You've heard him on the podcast. He's done really, really cool things, and he's a really, really fun guy. And you're just going to hang out with him at Tribe Summit 2017. The lovely Marusha Murphy is going to be there, and we're also going to be doing an audience panel talking all about this stuff, talking about building audiences, selling to those audiences. We're going to be talking about creating hordes of hungry buyers who buy every time you tell them to. Every time you want to crank that lever and make sales, that's what you can do when you have an audience. And they won't go to your competitors. So we're going to be doing an audience panel, a panel of people who are building audiences within our tribe and are selling effectively to that audience. James Swanek, the founder of Swannies, he's wearing them in this photo, is coming to Tribe Summit 2017. He's going to talk about how they sell for 3 times what their competitors charge and how they dominate the competition with Facebook. So these are just people that you're going to be hanging out with at Tribe Summit 2017. Ian Stanley, this is a goofy photo of him, and it was the best one I could find. So Ian is the founder of Fixed Water. He's gonna be talking about using video, how they use video to sell a ridiculous amount of physical products. So all of these individuals are going to be at Tribe Summit, and I'm inviting you to join us. I've got a special guest for you who's Garrett Gunderson. He's the author of Killing Sacred Cows, and we are bringing back the investment panel. This was a huge, huge success at Freedom Fastlane Live, and we enjoyed it so much that we decided to do it again at Tribe Summit. So we're putting together a group of investors to talk about investing for cash flow, investing for wealth, protecting your assets, and also paying less taxes. Garrett is basically the best in the world at this. He literally wrote the book on the topic. So he's going to be hanging out with us at Tribe Summit. He's going to be hosting a workshop and speaking on our investor panel at Tribe Summit. So, this is a huge opportunity for you guys to both build your audience, learn cutting-edge strategies that are working right now, and learn how to invest the money that you're making in your business, pay less taxes, and Garrett is basically the guy to go to on that topic. Plus, on top of our special guests, and by the way, we're working on more. These are just the people who are confirmed. We're working on more. You get to hang out with your tribe family. All of these individuals, these rock stars, are confirmed. Nate Kennedy, who's on the call right now, we did a tribe hangout with him about using Facebook, about driving traffic, about using email campaigns. Is already confirmed for Tribe Summit. The brilliant, I believe everything he says, Clement Juan. I don't know if Mika, the dog, will be joining, but Clement will be there. Hanny, who is just killing it with her backpack company, Neat Pack, is coming. The Zigglers have tripled their business in the last 12 months. Matthew Tremolata, who you just heard on the Freedom Fastlane podcast, is coming. I'll be there. Sean Coyne is going to be there. The Cohens are going to be there. Your coaches inside of the tribe. Everybody that you see here is already confirmed for Tribe Summit 2017. And that's on top of all the other guests that are coming. So basically, 7-figure brand owners, people who are building audiences, people who are investing the profits, people who can advise you on building audiences, running Facebook traffic, who are running $10 million plus companies are all coming to Tribe Summit, and you need to be there. At Tribe Summit, you'll be in front of other individuals who are going to be sharing cutting edge strategies that you can use in your business right now, things that are working right now that you can implement into your business. And you might learn it while you're laying in a hammock, or while you are taking a swim, or while you are over a meal, you're hanging out with your tribe members, sharing these strategies with one another. You're going to connect with mastermind partners and lifelong friends with whom you're gonna grow in your virtual chapters or your in-person chapters. We have a history of doubling our backroom members' businesses simply for this reason, because when you put really smart people together, magic kind of starts to happen. Investment opportunities of both you investing in other people's businesses or you finding capital partners are going to come out of Tribe Summit 17. You'll connect with audience leaders and influencers who will be at the summit who want to promote you, and you'll discover strategies to get more of them. We're also going to have retail buyers and corporate executives who are looking for emerging brands, looking to feature next products. We're working right now for the same person who brokered my retail deal. I'm going to be in 1,000 retail stores in about 30 days. It's a multi-million-dollar deal, and actually, I've got a little teaser for that, so I'll leave you with a cliffhanger on that. But we're working on getting that individual at Tribe Summit. And look, if you want to sell your business, people who buy businesses and investors are going to be at Tribe Summit. So if you ever want to sell your business, people like me who buy businesses are going to be there at Tribe Summit. All right, guys. In case you didn't hear, we're not just doing this at some fancy schmancy hotel. Nope, we're going the opposite direction. We're just going to be hanging out and doing adult summer camp. So you'll leave with lifelong friends. You'll actually be connecting with your other tribe members, with our guests, with the investors, with the people looking for retail opportunities. You'll be jumping into lakes if you want to, laying in hammocks if you want to, eating good food if you want to, and we're gonna have an amazing time where you can attend as many sessions as you want or zero. You can attend as many get-togethers as you want or zero. You can play as many games as you want or zero. This is not a buttoned-up conference. This is actually a chance for you to recharge and reconnect with people who are gonna help you grow your business, invest in your business, maybe even buy your business, and do it in a way that makes it fun and also allows you to recharge and connect with one another. And in case you didn't know, y'all, the cost is zero. It's included with your tribe membership. You just have to be an active tribe member and you pay for your meals. We've wrapped your meals into one price that also covers your lodging, it covers your transportation, it's everything included, and everything is included with your tribe membership. We don't make money on this, we don't charge overhead on this, you just pay for the one fee that covers your meals, your transportation, and your lodging all at Tribe Summit. This apparently was not clear that this was included in your tribe membership. So, officially, the announcement is made, this is included in your tribe membership. Question just came up in the chat box. Do you need to bring a tent? Nope. Your lodging is included. Now, you'll be with other tribe members, but we're paying for your lodging. So here's the link, guys. If you're an active tribe member, the link is freedomfastlane.com/summit17. That is the link to grab your spot, reserve your spot at Tribe Summit. If you are a legacy member or somebody whose membership has expired, or somehow you found this video on YouTube, or you're watching a recording and you're not an active tribe member, you just got to join the tribe, and we've opened up spots inside so that you can grab your spot, and then you'll just reserve your spot for Tribe Summit, and that is freedomfastlane.com/join-tribe. Now, look, filling up events is a little bit of a weird thing. It's one of the reasons why I'm encouraging you so hard to come to Tribe Summit, because we build the whole thing out, and we plan everything way ahead of time. And the further out we can get everyone signed up, the more we can all say, okay, great, how do we make this the most amazing experience possible? So I'm actually gonna throw in a fast action bonus, not because it benefits us financially, but just it helps us planning the whole thing, because if we fill up all of the spots, then we can relax, go out of promo mode. We can go out of, hey, everybody get your darn spot at Tribe Summit, and we can just go into how do we make this the most amazing experience possible. So I'm throwing in a fast action bonus just to give you an incentive to come have an amazing time and grow your business. And that is, we have a retail intensive inside of the tribe, and we have an application in the incubator where it will put you in front of my retail broker. So by going through the retail intensive and seeing what it takes, what you need to have in place in order to be in retail, and you can fill out a little form that will qualify you, or it might qualify you to be in retail. And this doesn't mean that you fill out this form, you're gonna be in every retail store across the country. It just means that you're gonna be in front of my retail buyer, my retail broker who brokered the exact deal. I'll tell you about it as soon as all the ink is dried on paper. But approximately 30 days from now, I'm gonna have products in 1,000 retail stores. It's probably gonna be worth about $3 million to our business this year. So we're gonna throw in a retail intensive and the opportunity to connect with the same person who brokered my deal when you sign up for Tribe Summit before April 1st. So this will be a perfect framer for Tribe Summit. It'll also open up a huge opportunity for you to put your products possibly in front of millions of people around the world. Now, I have a little, I'm gonna read you the fine print here. The fine print says, there are only 200 spots for Tribe Summit, including guests and speakers, and we have over 500 Tribe members, plus a waiting list of people who want to attend. So these all may be gone before April 1st. Scarcity, scarcity, blah, blah, blah. This is my way of saying go get your spot at Tribe Summit, and we'll throw in the bonus. But more people are in the tribe than we have spots, so we intend to fill up, so you probably want to get it quick. Here is the link. It's freedomfastlane.com/summit17. Or if you need to make your membership active again, and so you can attend Tribe Summit, it's freedomfastlane.com/join-tribe. There's my pitch, guys. I hope you see benefit out of this. Real quick, your action item, like get in a chapter inside of the tribe and start experimenting with this stuff so that when you come to Austin, May 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, you can report on your results. You can say, hey, I did this thing and I'm selling product and I'm getting leads and it's doing really well. How do I make this even better? Hey, Ezra, here are my results. What would you suggest I do now? Hey, Garrett Gunderson, I'm making extra money in my business now. What would you suggest I do? Hey, audience panel, I've got an audience of 1,000 people now. How do you suggest I give it to 10,000? You can bring your data, compare it to other people's. We can start experimenting and growing what you've already got as far as momentum. And we can do some really, really special things in your business. Questions about business partners and spouses? Yes, you can bring them. You just got to reserve an additional spot for them. Okay. I don't want to reserve a whole lot of time for Q&A, but Marusha, if you want to wrap with me a little bit back and forth, like,
sure.
I mean, you have been setting up Tribe Summit, and you've been to, I actually haven't even been to the campsite yet. You have.
It's awesome.
Talk a little bit about that.
Sure. Well, I want to actually, a lot of people have been asking me behind the scenes, so why are we camping? What? You know? So actually, Ryan, I would love for the two of us actually to talk about that in particular at first. Why you and I decided this would be a good thing for us to do in a completely different way than for those who attended Tribe Summit last year. It was very much a buttoned up and a very nice hotel experience. So would you like to share your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, the reason we did it was because in the tribe, we are all about creating experiences and opportunities. And we also, I know as entrepreneurs, we tend to work way too hard. I'm guilty of that. And we wanted to give the opportunity to both recharge, have fun, but also create real connections that would last beyond Tribe Summit. And we thought the best way to do that would be to have a lot of fun together, to hit each other with water balloons, to play kickball, to play color wars. And then while we were all dirty and stinky, go sit and listen to what's working right now in people's businesses, how to grow audiences, how to sell lots of products, and how to grow 7- and 8-figure brands. What better way to do that than when you are playing and having fun and connected to the people who are doing really well? It also just takes the ego out of it. There's no stage, there's no suits. It takes your ego out of it so that you can actually just connect with people, and that's how you're going to have the experiences and the opportunities that are going to allow you to grow the fastest.
Absolutely. One of the things that happened for me when I went to a recent grown-up summer camp, in essence, was to get myself out of my own way and think way bigger and get out of my own, just basically get out of my own box. And I kid you not, that was the week after I returned from my own version, a grown-up summer camp that inspired this idea. That's when Perky actually started to come to life. A lot of people who are in my own tribe chapter have known that I had been playing with this idea. Maybe I should try to create this coffee line since November of 2015. And then finally, what happened was I got out of my own way and I started having fun. And I started to see that, gosh, I hadn't played in a while. I hadn't had just a really good time gotten creative again. And so for those of us who maybe feel that way, maybe feel like they're in the land of the shoulds and this is how it's supposed to work, and are very serious about our businesses, what would it look like to just play for a bit and just get out, like you said, get out of our own ego and see what's possible from there. So that for me was a huge reason. I know when we started our visioning for this, I really pushed for this experience.
Yeah, amen to that. So I'm not gonna take a whole bunch of Q&A. I wanted to give you guys enough to go experiment so that you could report in the Facebook group and in your chapters, how you're implementing this stuff. But I'm gonna put the link up one more time just so you can get reserved for Tribe Summit. Again, for active members, it's freedomfastline.com/summit17, or if you need to make your membership active again, it's freedomfastline.com/join-tribe. So
there's also, okay, go ahead.
Go ahead, Marisha.
I was going to say there's a question here about childcare. So I just wanted to make sure that we cover that real quick too, Ryan.
Sure.
As folks know, you have kids, I've got kids. We know how crazy it can be when we have kids and are trying to get away for our own summer camp. We feel guilty, right? So I got that, and I've got your back. So one of the things we've done is we are partnering with a nanny service based here in the Austin area, and that's going to be an extra cost for you, but we do have some suites that are part of the camp that usually go to camp counselors and that sort of thing, but we want to reserve those limited suites for families, and those are going to be first come, first serve. So as you're in the registration process, you're going to need to let us know that you want to bring your 3 children. In this case, as I think that's Chris possibly. Yeah. So yeah, you have to let us know that, and then we'll also connect you with that nanny service so you can then. You can have a nanny on staff with you. That the cost we're looking at, I can go offline with you on that, but the cost is typically around $10 to $20 per hour, depending on how many children.
Yeah, cool. So we have everything covered for you to be able to relax, connect, and grow your business and be around other amazing people and the rest of your tribe members. So. That's it, guys. I like the final 2 takeaways that I have for you is I want you to take this stuff and experiment with it, throw it at the wall, and come back and report on it. Like I cannot encourage enough the value of experimentation, of actually going and doing this stuff and just seeing what works and scaling the winners, scrapping the losers, and then reporting on that to your chapter, to your masterminds, and inside of the Tribe Facebook group and the forum. One house cleaning item, we're completely revamping the some of the trainings in your members area, so it'll be actually easier for you to report on this. Stay tuned for that. And grab your ticket for Tribe Summit. We have that fast action bonus before April 1st so that we can get all of our planning done, and then we can just focus on making an amazing experience for you guys. Do me one last favor. If you guys got value out of this, and if you have at least one action item that you can take, put hashtags into the chat box, and say what your action item is going to be. What's the one thing that you're going to go implement this weekend as a result of what we talked about in this training? So put some hashtags if you got value out of this, and then put the one action item that you are going to be taking out of this. I'm excited to finally have Chris and Sarah at a tribe event, Marisha. It's about flipping time.
I agree, totally. I've been looking forward to meeting them in person.
Max says shave. Testimonial videos, good, that's one. Make a video, yeah. Make an origins and why video. Chris says video to ads to dominate. Video explaining features and benefits, perfect. All right, guys, good. The one other action item for you, grab your dang Tribe Summit spot. Treat it as a vacation. You can come leave the kids with the nanny service.
Yes.
And come connect with some people to grow your business.
And there's a playground there for the kids too, by the way. So they'll be set.
Special thanks to Marisha Murphy for hanging out with me from 50 feet away. And
glad to be here.
Soon at Perky Perky. I'm really, really proud of you and excited to watch that grow.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, everybody, put some hashtags in the chat box for Marisha Murphy. She does amazing things for y'all.
Y'all are sweet. Thank you, Ryan.
I will see y'all May 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and then hug you goodbye on the 4th in Austin, Texas. Oh, last question. Is it BYOB? Now we got you covered. We'll have enough.
All good. We're all good.
All right, guys, we'll see you in a few months. Report over the weekend your experiments with all of the ads. Let us know how it's going, and then we can kind of workshop them together and talk about them, and we'll scale them even more at Tribe Summit. Good to see y'all. We'll talk to you next time.
See you soon.